and welcome to episode 15 of the Yarn Geek podcast. My name is Denise, and you can find me on Ravelry as Canary Song, and on Instagram I am Kitty231. We also have a Ravelry group called Yarn Geek, when you can find by searching in the groups tab. So it's been about over a week since I last recorded, so I have a lot of stuff to show you. I said in my last episode that I was gonna have some guests over, so I wouldn't have time to record. But I did get some knitting done while my guests are here. So I guess I'll start with that. I have two FOs this week. The first one is my Swirly Socks, which I knit these in Knit Picks for Lychee in the Countess colorway. So in the last episode I had finished one and then I had started the second one, and I don't know what was going on with me, but my second one I had so many mistakes with the pattern. You would think after knitting the first sock, the second sock would just fly by, but I kept doing mistakes. I guess I wasn't paying attention because I had my guests around and I was talking to them, and I actually had like a bit of a knitting accident. So I was knitting on this is the second sock, and I don't know if you can tell here. It's more obvious before I blocked, but I had the socks on a needle, and I had them on the couch with me, and then I don't know what happened. I guess I was sitting on them, and then I went to pick them up, and the next thing I know, I was holding my knitting and holding my needles on my other hands. So I had like a bunch of all the live stitches, and then I was like freaking out because it was late at night and I was like getting ready to go to bed, and so I just quickly used waste yarn, and I tried to secure all the stitches, and then the next day I went back and tried to put them back on the needles, but I ended up I think I missed a stitch, and I didn't even realize that I missed a stitch until I had completely finished the sock, and then I looked down and there's like a live stitch on the sock, and I had to go back and sew it up. So I was like I was a little freaked out about that. And then also when I was kitchening the toe, the same thing happened. So I don't know what was going on with me. Those needles, I guess those needles could be a bit slippery. I was using the Chagus, which I just purchased, so maybe that could be it. I don't know. And I did an afterthought heel for both of them because I didn't want to break up the striping, but somehow I ended up with mismatching toes. I think I must have put the waste yarn in different spots because I added the toe on the first one before I started the second one, so I didn't have two tubes to compare to. I just decided I wanted to knit the toe because I wanted to try it on. So yeah, maybe next time I shouldn't do that, or just be more mindful of where I'm actually putting the waste yarn in. But yeah, I like afterthought heels. I mean, this is like the first heel I've ever done. Back when I did my first sock last year, so it always has like a soft spot for me. So yeah, these were knitted for the box of socks Cal. So I think this is sock number 8. And yeah, I'm really like excited about this Cal. So I've cast on more socks since then, which I'll show you. And the second FO is my vanilla latte socks, and these were knitted out of Destination Yarn in the International Space Station colorway. So this is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's pretty simple. Just knit six, and then you purl 2, and then the next row is just all knitting, and then you just alternate. So I like it. It gives a nice pattern, and I did a short. I did a short roll heel. I did a wrap and turn, and I said in the last podcast that my first heel, I don't know what I was doing, and I had like huge holes when I joined the yarn, and it happened again. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try another heel, but another short roll heel. But I really do like this heel, how it looks, and it's really fast. I think I knit the heel in under an hour, and when I do the heel flap and gusset, I feel like I'm there an eternity. But yeah, I really like the yarn, and it's definitely different colorway from different colorways since that I've knit this year, and I noticed I've been buying a lot of indie dye yarn, but I don't knit with it, and I think the reason why is that I don't know, I feel like it's like more precious, not like Knit Picks or Pans Croix, which you can find anywhere. So I tend to not want to knit with it, which makes no sense because then why do you buy the yarn? So I think I'm gonna make an effort to knit with more indie dyed yarn for the rest of the year. So this is pair number 9, I believe, for the box of socks. And I haven't shown you guys my box in a while, so I have it here now. So this is my Darth Vader box, which I picked up at Michael's. And Gabby of the Once Upon a Corgi podcast has the same box, I think. Or the same type of box. I don't know if it's Darth Vader, maybe. So here we go. These are all the socks. It's hard to show, but here are all the socks I've knit so far. And I like to roll them up like that so you can see like the pattern. And so far I've knit almost every sock I've knit has been a pattern sock, which is pretty cool. I like to try out new patterns, so it's like quicker to do it in a sock form than in another garment. So yeah, I've knit like 3 Pans Croix socks, 2 Knit Picks. This is Arnie and Carlos, and then this is my own yarn that I did monkey socks. So yeah, I want to fill this box up and keep knitting socks. I'm gonna put these in here so see how it looks. So yeah, here you go. Got 9 pair, and the minimum to knit is 12, but since I'm ahead, I think I'm gonna just keep going, see how many I can knit. So for my whips, I did knit a little bit of my Reina shawl, but I don't know, it's only been a few rows, so I'll show that. Yeah, I'm on the mesh section, and I think this is the final mess section. I can't talk today. And I'm knitting these in Tragoose needles size 6, and this is a free pattern. This is it's always on the top patterns whenever I check Ravelry, so you guys probably seen this pattern before. And I'm using my own hand dyed yarn, which I hand woven, and it's called I'm calling it the Red Woman, based on Melisandre from Game of Thrones. So yeah, I haven't been paying that much attention to it just because I was at the end of those 2 socks and I just really wanted to get them off the needles. Hopefully I can dedicate some time to it this week. So yeah, I'm here's the little, what is called, the roll tracker. I'm almost done. I gotta go for it, And I have it in my little kitty bag, which I got this bag years ago. This is from Etsy store. A needle runs through it. This is my first project bag I ever got. So yeah, I cast on, since I finished 2 socks, I gotta cast on 2 more pairs. So the first one is my sock blank from Andre Sue Knits. I showed you the last episode. Yeah, I love this. I love this sock blank. And here is the sock right now. And I really love how it's looking. It's pretty cool. Like over here, it's like it's self-striping. You see like the whites, and then it goes into pink again. Like every row. It's pretty cool. And then like the dark parts from the deer is showing up here. So here, this is how it looks on this side, and then it's a little different on this side. I'm really enjoying how it's knitting out. So this is the first time I'm knitting with a sock blank. I like that you don't have to wind the yarn. You just knit right from the blank. If you've never knit from a sock blank before, so you just pull, and there you go. You just knit from there. It does get a little I don't know, I wouldn't say difficult, but it is a little strange because the yarn comes out all kinked out. So you're not knitting like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You're not knitting from a straight string or whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining it, but yeah, I like every once in a while you just pull. Just pull from the sock blank. And I know they have there's also like double sock blanks, I believe, which I've never knit with or seen in person before, but I think you can knit you knit 2 socks at a time. But since I don't knit 2 socks at a time, I just not have any interest. So if you can catch one of her updates, I definitely would recommend it. She has like every you check her Instagram, she posts like a sock blank every few days or whatever, and it's just amazing what she can come up with. Every time she posts a new sock blank, I'm just amazed. So yeah, and also check out her podcast if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. I mean, she's popular. So yeah, I really like how it's turning out. And I'm gonna keep knitting on it. And my second work in progress, my third work in progress, but my second socks, I started last night. I have this is also part of my acquisitions. I put an order in Knitpicks because Knitpicks had some new Felici colors coming out, and if you don't know, usually Felici runs out and they don't restock it for months, and then sometimes they don't restock those same colors, so it's kind of like you gotta order it, or there's a chance you might not get it again. So I decided I wanted to do like a contrasting cuff, heel, and toe, because I haven't really done that this year, and I looked on Ravelry for this color combination, and I saw that, and I had to buy that. So this is not my idea. I believe this is like somebody. I'm trying to think what forum I was on. I think I was on the Love Sock Wool forum, and they have like a Felici thread, and somebody was knitting like this color combination, so I just had to do it. So the heels and the cuff and the toe is going to be knit out of, this is Knitpick Stroll Tweed in the North Pole Heather colorway. So I got 1 skein of this just for that. And then I saw this yarn, and I had to get it since I'm a Game of Thrones fanatic. And so this is the Beyond the Wall colorway. And So here's the sock. I started this last night and then I couldn't stop. So yeah, here's the cuff. I knit for 20 rounds, and then now I started the leg, and I'm just doing a plain sock because I haven't really been doing any, just plain sock knitting. And the needles are new too. This is part of my order. This is their Caspian wood needles. So I don't really knit with wooden needles. I think the only ones I've knitted with are bamboo, and I didn't really like it. I felt like it was very sticky knitting with them, and I was afraid that it would happen with this, but no, I have no complaints about this. There you go. It's like a green. No complaints about this needle, and yeah, I just felt like I should order a set of wooden needles just in case if I travel anywhere. I know people say they don't have a problem. They're knitting that never gets taken away, but since I was thinking I might go to Argentina, they like double check your bags if you're in Argentina and then going to the US. I don't know why, but they check your carry-on a second time, like first the machine and then somebody actually goes and looks in your bag. And this is the last time I was in Argentina, and then because I was waiting in the airport, we got there really early, so we were just like waiting at the boarding entrance, and so I was looking at other people boarding their flights, and they were flying to Brazil or whatever, and nobody double checked their carry-on, and then when the time came for me to board, because I was going back to New York, they made everybody line up and they checked. So they had people going in and looking at our bags again. So that just makes me nervous that somebody's gonna see a pair of metal needles and they're gonna want to take them away. So I don't know if that happens, but I'm just like, that's like my worst fear. So I got, a pair of wood needles for that. So, and I always need to have more sock needles on hand because you never know. I've misplaced some sock needles. I don't know where they are. So, and these are, pretty cheap. So yeah, I recommend them. I haven't seen anybody knit with these, but, just trying them out. And I really like this color combination so far. It's really nice. So here the yarn together. So yeah, I guess I'll show you the rest of my acquisitions. So I had to get some more Felici, and I got this is their sunset colorway. I got 2 balls of this, but I'm only showing one. And then I got the kaleidoscope. And when I saw this on the website, I wasn't that impressed by it. But then when I was looking at that thread that I talked about, people actually post, their works in progress or the actual, balls of yarn. And the photos on Knitpicks are not always true to color. I don't know why they don't do that. At least with their Felici. So it didn't really look this neon. And then I saw people knitting this up already, and it looks really nice. And I don't have any sort of neon yarn in my stash at all, so thought I would branch out and get this. And I'm always a fan of red. And then I, like I said in the last podcast, I don't have a lot of solid sock yarn, so I thought that I would pick up some solid sock yarn. And then I got the skeins that I ordered, and I realized that I already knit with this already. So this is the Stroll Tweed and the Autumn Heather, and the reason I picked this is because it was like the cheapest yarn they had. I think maybe it was like $3 a ball. And for some reason, I thought this was like brown. I mean, it's more of like a reddish, a dark red color, and so then I was like, this yarn looks really familiar, and it's because I already knit with it. So yeah, this is my my Hermione's Everyday Socks, which I knit earlier this year. I think this might be my favorite, one of my favorite socks that I knit this year. It's like, this yarn is so soft. So yeah, it's like slightly different, but it's so close that it's like I'm knitting with the same. So it might not be the same colorway, but it's like, come on, look at this. So now I don't know what I'm gonna knit with, when I'm gonna knit with that. Maybe I'll knit a pair of like socks and, you know, I'll gift them away. But I need to do my 12 pair of socks before anybody else, anybody gets a pair of socks for me. So yeah, that's that's what I'm gonna do. And I forgot to mention, I have not knit on my Cozy Memories blanket since the last time, just because it's just been really hot here in New York, and just haven't felt like knitting on a blanket right now. And I have all my my bag of minis like just staring at me, and I don't pick it up. So maybe sometime soon. I don't know. So yeah, that's all the knitting stuff. I did want to talk about something that I guess in what I've been doing lately. So I'm sure you guys have heard of Pokemon Go. It's like, you know, a new app, and everybody's been going crazy trying to catch Pokemon. And I downloaded it on my phone, and then there's been a lot of like server problems. Sometimes it doesn't work, but when it does work, it's a pretty fun game. And what you have to do is like walk outside your neighborhood or whatever and try to catch these Pokemon. And it's actually been a cool experience for me because, you know, they have these like Poke stations, Poke stops. You go there and you collect items, but usually it's like they're landmarks or businesses. But because of that, I noticed some like just like the artwork and like different memorials that I've never noticed before, just in my neighborhood. You know, just to be more aware of my neighborhood. And the other day I was walking outside, and I found this, one of the stations was it's a really beautiful mural that I've never seen before. I think because I never walked on that street before, but I went down that street because I was trying to find a Pokemon. So it's pretty cool. If you like Pokemon, if you're like me, you grew up watching the TV show and then playing the game on well, I played the game on my Game Boy that I had back in the day, and it's been like fun just like reminiscing about that time. I think I'm like the perfect age group for this game. And the Pokemon they released are like the old school ones, not all these new Pokemon, which I never even heard of. And yeah, it's just cool just seeing, trying to catch them all, you know. But it's also frustrating because I keep finding the same Pokemon over and over again, and not the rare ones or ones I have never seen before. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And, you know, I had my friend over with her kid, and every time we would go out, I was like trying to catch Pokemon. She would just like roll her eyes, even though she's a Pokemon fan, but she says she can't really play this game because she has like a little kid. You know, but I've been trying to convince her to download it, and then, you know, on her time when her kid's not around, she can walk outside and, you know, get some exercise and try to find Pokemon. So so yeah, this has been fun. So yeah, I think that's all I have for this week. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.